Well, one of the most beloved and timeless Christmas stories is hitting the stage. A Christmas Carol is back at Actors Theater, finally, premiering this Friday, and urging all of us to keep the Christmas spirit all year long. And joining me to tell us more about this production is Amelia Costa-Powell. Welcome back.
Thank
you. Neil
Neil
Robertson here, Ebenezer Scrooge yourself. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Well, I am so excited to get to talk to you all. I have been coming to see this production almost every year as a kid. And then, of course, it's been gone for a few years, and so have I. So I'm so excited for my first Christmas season in town, back in town, to be another Christmas Carol year. So what inspired you all to bring this transition back to the main stage after so long?
Yeah, well, you know, this has been a beloved tradition for so many Louisville families for a long time, and we came back from COVID with a smaller production that still honored the story, but also the reality of where we were in that time when we had to still be social distancing. And we're so excited to finally be at a place where we can be back in the Pamela Brown Auditorium with a larger cast production, with welcoming, you know, as many Louisville families as possible, as well as students. And, you know, it's been a challenging year in a lot of ways, so it really felt like the right time to celebrate, be joyful, and uplift community connection.
Absolutely, and the message of the show is so timeless too, just to keep yourself on Christmas spirit all year long, don't worry about greed, give to the needy, and just be a great member of the community. Like, you know, hopefully Ebenezer Scrooge might learn. I don't want to give any spoilers. But so other than that, what do you think makes Christmas Carol resonate so deeply? I mean, it was written, what, 1843 or something? It's been so long. Why is it still such a Christmas staple?
Yeah, I mean, I think what Dickens tapped into both with A Christmas Carol and his other writing is really that essential human nature of, like, when you strip away class distinction, you know, any other qualifications, geography, family connections, that essentially what we all want is to be seen and to be loved. And that is what really is celebrated in A Christmas Carol. So it feels like that's as true today as it was in his time. And his language was so clear and precise because he was a writer who wrote for the masses. He was not speaking to only the elite class. He was speaking to everyone. And in fact, he wrote the piece to be spoken aloud. He wrote it to be performed originally by himself, to be read. So I think it really resonates in that way, that when, you know, fabulous actors like Neil speak the text, it really is, it wants to be heard in that way.
Absolutely. So for you, what excites you the most about stepping into this role? Have you ever done Ebenezer Scrooge before?
No, but I also, you know, born and raised in Louisville. I spent some years in New York, but I grew up also coming to Actors Theater and seeing Christmas Carol year after year. And just to get to be a part of that legacy, both at Actors Theater of Louisville as well as just, you know, the theater tradition of being in A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
And I grew up seeing Fred Majors and Bill McNulty, and most recently my esteemed colleague Greg Maupin, amazing actor, and to just get to join that legacy of people that get to tell this story and share it with everyone. It's an honor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So one question I've always had, that I've always wanted to ask somebody who's played Scrooge.
Sure.
So that has so many adaptations, and you can basically quote it when you're just watching it along. Are there any lines that you had trouble with trying to make into being your own version?
You know what's really funny is, you know, this is a time period where people are still saying, "Sit ye by the fire."
Of course, yes.
And something Scrooge says several times is kind of a contraction of "thank you," which comes out as "thank ye."
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. And it's not something that you hear people say today. So it was, of all the sort of flowery language that I have to use, I think making that sound casual and everyday was a greater challenge than I expected it to be.
I could see that. Do you think you're going to keep that in your, you know, everyday repertoire?
Oh, it's not going anywhere. It's sort of spread amongst the cast. Everyone is saying thank you backstage. Oh yeah.
I love that. So how can people get tickets if they want to come and see it?
Yes, so you can go to actorstheater.org. The full run is almost sold out, excuse me. So yeah, so it's really time. If you haven't got your tickets, it's time to go online and sporadic singles. You might have to sit apart from your companion. The other great way to see it, if you can't get a ticket, is to volunteer and usher. So if you usher, you can see it for free. You can also sign up to usher at actorstheater.org.
Yeah, we did that in high school. So I know we're about to run out of time here, but I got one more question I got to ask. And you might not be able to answer it because it could totally be a spoiler. But I remember my favorite part of coming every year is that the Ghost of Christmas Future changes its adaptation so much every year, whether it's a giant puppet or just a cloth. What do you think, or can you all give us any clue as to what that might look like this year for longtime Louisvillian Actors Theater fans?
Yes, well, I can say that so this production is the same beloved story. The text is 98% Charles Dickens, but it is a new adaptation by Lavina Jadwani that really focuses on the community telling the story, which we've honored also with our all-local cast, our all-local creative team. So they have cooked up something that I would say hints to what you've seen before, but is newly constructed, and we saw it for the first time last night. It's pretty spooky.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
Well, I am so excited to come and see this. I'm going to go check it out, I think, later this week for like a little preview. But thank you all so much for coming on to talk to us. I know this is probably the busiest season for Scrooge.
Well, we are so grateful to be here and look forward to having you at the show.
Oh, I'm very excited. Well, A Christmas Carol is running from December 5th through the 21st at Actors Theater of Louisville. You can get your tickets at actorstheater.org.